People call this the Nifty 50, and this is the Nifty 16. Today we got the RF 16mm f2.8 prime lens, and I have been using it for a couple of weeks now, and for the price, it's great. The main reason we got this lens was we wanted to shoot real estate pictures and landscape pictures, but we didn't have a wide angle lens, and this was the perfect cheap solution for it. And the box is classic black box with the lens picture on top of it, and when you open it up there are a couple of papers, and the lens comes in wrapped in bubble wrap, and when you take out the lens out of the bubble wrap, you'll see that the lens only comes with its cap with no hood, which is surprising. When did they start shipping lenses with no hood? And that's what's inside the box. Now listen to this part carefully because it might change your decision about getting a new wide-angle lens instead of getting a 16-35, because it definitely changed mine. Before we got this lens, we were thinking about getting the 16-35mm lens, and we also needed a 24-70mm lens. And I was like, 24-70 already has 24-35 included inside, so I was like, why are we paying $1,000 more just to get the same focal length a little wider in a different separate lens? There's only 8mm difference between 16 and 24, so you might as well crop or get closer to the subject instead of getting a new lens. 8mm won't make much difference, but $1,000 will. So I thought that I'll just get the 16mm prime, and I'll get a lens that I will use more, which is 24-70mm. So as a lens by itself, for the price, it's really good. I was watching a comparison between this RF 16mm and the EF 16-35mm. There is a very slight difference, but most people won't even notice it. In both lenses, when you put it in f8, it's basically the same image. You cannot tell the difference. I think it's the fact that 16-35 has a bigger filter size, which lets in more light in. That's why it's a little sharper, but it's not by much. And here are some pictures that I took with this RF 16mm lens before we're getting kicked out of a public place. I don't know how that happened. One thing I had to get used to with this lens was I see it narrower than this lens does. So when I look through the viewfinder, I just see like this bunch of extra stuff just coming into the picture. I was like, whoa, where did all of this stuff come from? It's totally a me problem. And the one thing I was really surprised about it was the focusing distance. You could get really close to the subjects without actually carrying an additional macro lens. But I mean, of course, if you carry a macro lens, you will get better results. And don't use it as a portrait lens if you don't want to look like a blobfish. And the one thing that I like about this lens is that it is so light that I don't even feel like I'm holding a lens. It's great for vlogging. It doesn't have stabilization, but you can do that in post with a little crop, and I think it will be fine. Other than that, the angle and everything is great. This will be my words on the RF 16mm prime lens. It's nice to have an R series camera, that way you can use an RF lens or an EF lens with a converter. We have more lens options. I'm saying this because they don't have an EF version of this. Kind of feels weird that the camera sees wider than your eyes. So when you take a picture, it's hard to compose for me, or I'm just weird. For this price and the image quality that you're getting for the price is amazing. I totally recommend it. So don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!